Two Sheds Gabby here. I am going to go through a box of pennies today. We're going to just go through them one roll at a time and see what we can find. Looking for copper and wheat pennies and anything else that we might find that's fun and collectible maybe. Still a little bit of daylight left, so I'm watching the cars go by when they go by. But we'll lose it fast. It'll get dark. I'm going to do the whole box here, plus these three rows that I had set aside from before. One of them is a wheat penny ender, one of them is a dime ender, and one of them is a Canadian copper penny ender. I'm going to do these three rows first, then I'll show you what I get in the three, and then we'll start on the box. So we'll get a little bonus to our copper today with these three rows. Well, besides the three enders, the wheat penny was a 44 and the Canadian was a 76. And besides them, I did get a 2009, not in the greatest of shape, and a little bit of copper, and that's what we'll start today's hoard with, and we'll start into the other box now. Well, it's been a little bit since I have done a penny box row by row, and this is the third row in a 1940 Wheatie Philadelphia coin. Pretty cool. I was at 5 different banks today returning coins, and that's the only thing I found in the machine. No, I take that back. I found a regular nickel in one machine, and I just threw it in, and it counted it, and I got my extra 5-cent bonus into my account. I don't know why it got kicked out in the first place. Anyway, I enjoy having my new account. What's that one? Okay. I was putting my zincs with my coppers. I completely lost track of what I do. But several of the banks branches I returned coins to today was from my new credit union, and they're coming in so handy. Oh yeah, and I got this at one of them. Check this out. This is nice. I was just cashing in some money at one of my local banks, and I said, "Do you got any $50 or Ike dollars?" And he said no, but the lady next to him said, some other lady, a lady that was not there, says has some in her drawer. So I bought them. There was 11 of them, and look at that. Oh my goodness. Oh man, that's so cool. 1973 S. Man, it looks like pure silver, but I think they're just 40%, but still, that's fantastic. That's amazing looking. Oh, that is so cool. This is the 6th row, and what do you see there? I got me another dime. This is dime number 38 this year in my coin roll hunting. Makes me very happy to find these. Just because it's fun and just because I paid a penny for it. While I was out today taking back coins, I also picked up another 50-pound bag of pennies that I got the same place as the last one. And just trying to peek into the bag, I have a feeling it ain't going to be any better than the last one. Who knows, maybe worse. I don't know how often I'll get pennies from them. A month ago, they had a person that bought some bags from them and came back and said he's never seen so many wheat pennies. But I'm not getting those wheat pennies. Now this is the 7th row, and here is another wheat penny. That is 3 wheat pennies now. A Denver. Also, besides the bag of pennies, I picked up another box of pennies and 2 more boxes of nickels. I picked up 2 boxes of halves, but they were all 2023. Quite disappointing. I've asked them to get me 3 more boxes for next week. If I could get something that's not 2022 or 23, then I'd love to see if I could get into some, they say that people sometimes cash in the family coins and stuff for Christmas time, and I was hoping I might get into some of that. Not if all I can get is 2023s, I'll tell you that. I hate opening a box and seeing that. It's so frustrating. Now, I'd be okay if I opened a box of nickels and it was a box of 2024s. I'd be okay with that. And it would help ease the pain from the half dollars. I'll grant you that too. I'll probably get into another nickel box here pretty soon. I've been enjoying looking for the 2024s, and I finally found one in the last box I went through. I believe that was yesterday or the day before. Well, look, I just opened up the ninth roll. I didn't even catch it when I opened it, and I laid them out, and there he shined out at me. So that makes number 39 on the year. How cool is that? It'd be so cool to get a silver one someday, but that's okay. I'll make my 9-cent profit each time and be happy. I got an interesting story for you. I hope it starts out kind of tragic, but it gets better. Back in the late 50s, I guess, mid to late 50s, my father was in the military. He was in the Army, and he was on leave, but he had a military vehicle that he was allowed to drive. Usually he didn't, because he usually would hitchhike home from when he would get leave. I don't exactly know what the circumstances was, but anyway, there's a few people in the vehicle, and he had a terrible crash, and people called an ambulance, and the ambulance came and took up the other people, but was leaving my father for dead. And his brother was on the scene. I guess he got there same time ambulance. I don't know, but he refused to let them leave my dad. I'll wait to get into the next row. Okay, here's the next row. Anyway, I don't know if it was because of lack of room in the ambulance. I don't know, but anyway, they did take my dad, and when they got to the hospital, he wasn't dead, but he was unconscious for 13 days. And when he finally gained consciousness, he had amnesia. And it was for weeks, maybe even a month or two. And he had family members constantly coming in. Do you remember me? Remember me? And, he was in bad condition, recovering from this accident, and had a shoulder all torn up. He was, just in not great shape. But he just couldn't remember anybody. And finally, one day, somebody came in, and they had a magazine in their hand. And they handed him the magazine, and he looked at the cover, and he said, Jackie Robinson. And that's when he started regaining his memory, was at that event. I'm sure most of you that are my age and older know who that is. He's the first black gentleman to be put into Major League Baseball. And my dad was a huge baseball fan, so that was a big event for him. And that's a pretty interesting story. I lost my dad about 4 years ago. This is what I like to see. This is the 13th roll, and this will be my fourth wheat penny. A little wear there. Maybe it's a little bit older. That'd be good. 1942. I guess we could say it's a little bit older. It's not the 50s. Cool beans. Come on. Row 16, and here is wheat penny number 5. It's a 52D. I was supposed to have already taken all of my copper from this year, 2024. I've already achieved my goal of the 260 pounds, plus it put the extra 10 pounds in to make the box full. And my wife has already made room for them. I've already got my other 240 pounds in the kind of the storage room, bedroom closet. And these were supposed to have been taken in there, but I haven't done it yet. They're still sitting on top of my safe. And I don't have any goals yet. I don't know if I will for next year. I just don't know. I was going to hoard some copper and try to sell some copper and, still collect my wheat pennies and stuff like that. But that's all I have planned so far. And, I've just started getting this machine going that I use. I'll just use sometimes. I'm not going to do it all the time. I did find the one 2009 so far. And, I sell these mats here. I've got them for all the coins pretty much. And when people buy multiple mats from me, I tell them that I give them free wheat pennies. But sometimes I'll give them a wheat penny and a 2009 and a Canadian, I like just to make it fun. Now I'm in the 18th roll, and this is a 1942. You can just barely tell, but it is a wheat penny, and it is wheat penny number 6. So we've reached the time of day that I just close my blinds because I've got my light on so I can see what I'm doing. So I can't see out and people can see in. I don't like that scenario, so I close the blinds. We just had a new door and window put in our den, and my wife was going to put up blinds there, and she wanted aluminum blinds, not just the vinyl ones. And she went to a few places here in town, and nobody had them, at least in stock, so she ordered them. And she just can't stand, on TV, all these people that'll glamour houses, and they're just all glass, and they're walking around. You can see every move they make intimately sometimes, and I'll weigh that one. And she just complains because I can't stand that. And usually, there's somebody out after them or something. They're like, why are they standing in a glass house? anyway, sorry about that. While she was waiting for the blinds to show up, she's like, I just can't stand having this open down here. We're watching TV, there for the world to see. So she got some curtains. They don't bother me, but she said they're hideous. They're just there until the aluminum blinds come in. Now we're in the 22nd row, and I don't know why I said that. The 22nd row, and here's wheat penny number 7, and it is the 1956 Philadelphia. That's pretty good. I always hope to get 10 wheat pennies in a box. I'm doing good to get that. Looking like I'll get it. There's an 82. I was just listening to a Beatles song that came out on the Let It Be album because I read an article saying that, what was the name of that? Time out. Okay, back in. Sorry about that. It's the song Dig a Pony. And it was said to be, part of it as a jab against the Rolling Stones, because he said that early in their career, he was big fans with and friends with Mick Jagger's, but kind of slipped away from him. And he thought that the Rolling Stones was copying a lot of their work. So if you listen to Dig a Pony, I think it starts in like the second verse. It says something about rolling a stony, and then it start talking about imitating things. that's the story anyway. Hadn't heard the song in a while. It was good to listen to it. Well, I'm halfway through the box, folks. I'm going to take a little break and go visit with my wife a little while, and I'll be back. I am back from watching some shows and sitting with my wife and having a slice of pie. And this is the 4th row into the second half, and this is my 8th wheat penny. 1940. I got a good shot at hitting my 10 for this box. That's really neat. Someone wrote to me a few days ago and about the pennies and said, is it worth the hassle? And so I thought about it for a minute, and I wrote back, 82. And I basically said, here's my top 5 reasons for why I do it. And the first one is I enjoy it. It's a good, wholesome hobby. You can do the majority of it from home. And so my first thing I'd say is if you don't get some enjoyment out of it, find something else to do, by all means. Oh, no, it's not an S. When I first saw that, I thought it was a proof. So anyway, that reason number one is it's enjoyable, and if you can enjoy it, then it's something good to do. Number two, you're saving money. You know, they say that it's good to put a little money away. And if you go through a box a week, you're saving a little bit of money every week. Let me get into the next row and we'll move on. I'm now into the 10th row, and I came across this one, and it is Lincoln with a big knot on his head. I don't know what that is. I'm not sure, but I've got a tube of oddball pennies, and this just might make its way into that one. So I was talking about saving money, the second reason. You know, I've been at this for a little while, but I've got well over 500 pounds of pennies, and it comes to, you know, between $750 and $800 just face value. So in a pinch, if I had to have the money now, well, you know, during bank hours, I could take it all and cash it all in, and I'd have a little chunk of money. That's number two. Number three, if you're willing to just make a little effort, you can double your money. I know people sell them for more than that, but it's not difficult to list these and sell and get double your money for them. So now my $750 were $1,500. And so there's, you know, you're not just saving money, you're making money. You have more value than what you started with. And I like that. The next reason, I'll get to that in the next row. I'm now in the 14th row, and this is Weedy number 9. Number 9. 57D. Not the oldest one I've ever found. Oh, what do we got there? 9/11? That's hilarious. Oh, wow. Speaking of the 9/11, I had made a whole bunch of them with the TG for Two Sheds Gabby, and I've given them all away. I don't have any more left. I need to go get my set of tools and bring them in and pound some more out. I'll keep this one in my oddball. That's funny. All right, so number 4 on the reason to hoard copper pennies is potential for much gain. Speculators, economists, all that, they say that copper is going to really go higher sometime out here in the future. And it's a nice looking 59. And, you know, some of them say it'll be like by 2030. There's an 82. By 2030, I don't exactly know what that number is so popular for, but it seems to be. Anyway, that's another potential to be doing this for bigger gains in your hobby. Another 82. Oh, I missed my jar. And the last reason, number 5, is along the way with hoarding the copper, you amass a really nice wheat penny collection, along with the occasional, Indian head penny or some foreign coins and stuff. So I have got hundreds and hundreds of wheat pennies from doing this. And that's just a whole nother addition to the enjoyment you get out of the hoarding copper pennies. And, you know, these are all my opinions. I don't deny that one little bit. And I even thought of a sixth reason, but it's one that I don't capitalize on. And I'll tell you about that one in the next row. It's a 90, yeah. Here we are, number 10, folks. We love finding 10 wheat pennies in a box. 54D, cool beans. Nice. And the last one, the number 6, that I don't capitalize on so much, but lots of you guys do, and that's the varieties. And I recognize that if a person is patient and takes time, they may find a coin worth a lot of money. And I'm sure to you guys, there's just a good hobby about it too. And that's number 6, if you're interested in number 6. Just 2 rows to go now, and I'll be finished with this box. I came to my this is actually my 4th 2009 commemorative, but one of them was so bad I didn't keep it. It was pretty beat up. But this one's quite nice. Pretty good condition. Better than the other 2 I've got over here. It's not mint perfect, but it's not bad. I'd sure like to find one more wheat penny, make it 11, just because it's fun to find more. We like more. My poor daughter has a couple of cats, but has one that she's had for quite a few years. He's 15 years old, and he had a stroke today, and she is pretty broken up. She's working second shift, so I know it's just killing her being away from her kitty all day. And obviously she doesn't know what she's going to find when she gets home, so I'm going to stay up 82 and contact her about the time she gets off and ask her to let me know what's going on. I am not the huge in the house cat fan thing, but I care for her, and I care for her feelings, and I hope that the doctor gave the cat some medicine and said it might respond, but obviously at 15 years old, he's not going to last for a long time. And I guess she's probably mentally getting herself ready while she's at work today. But I know she's still sad. 2 more rows. Well, folks, I have finished the box. I didn't find another wheat penny there at the end, but that's okay. I found 10. Only a Canadian copper one was that first one from those first 3 rows that didn't come in this box. I did find a newer, not copper one. Got 3 2009s, those 2 oddball things, 3 dimes. So the question is, how much copper do we have? Let's see if we can roll in my chair. Hopefully my wheels will roll, and we'll get over there and see if we've got close to 3 pounds or not. We've got it, 3 pounds and a little over 2 ounces. I don't know. That's probably just over 3 pounds because of those 3 rows. So, but still close enough. It's a 3 pound night. Pretty cool. 10 wheat pennies, 3 pounds of copper. What can you ask for? I'm gonna shut it off here, folks. Thanks for watching, and keep watching. I've got a couple boxes of nickels and a few boxes of pennies still. I'll keep this stuff coming.